And welcome to another edition of Thoughts at the Roundtable with me, Matt Rebar.
And me, Paul Laux. And like I said last time, oh no, I didn't say it last time, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe or whatever the YouTuber kids say. I hate YouTubers.
You know, hit that subscribe button on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever you get your podcasts these days, and give us a 5-star rating and a review. Let us know. Let your friends know. The end. How about that?
You know, I was reading something the other day. I forgot who said it. Was some relatively... Maybe it was Bo Burnham who said it. I think it actually was. How they had mentioned, like, back in the early days of YouTube, like, the viral videos that got people famous were just so weird. Now you can watch, like, full movies on YouTube and, like, all these YouTube... But, like, back then, it was, like, you know, a kid farting and then laughing, and all of a sudden he had 14 million subscribers. That's kind of what it was back then. And you don't have that anymore. Yeah. That's true. I don't know. Just my two random thoughts on YouTube. The evolution of YouTube. Just think about that. Not to go off on a tangent right away, but think how much online activity has changed since we were kids. Think about that.
I feel like, in you know, as someone who minored in communications, and then I just finished my grad school in digital storytelling communications, people don't realize sometimes how, like, communications and how we communicate, how we use media, how we use internet, like, these things have so much change has happened, like, last 5 years, let alone the last 10.
Remember AIM?
Let alone the last 15.
Remember AIM?
Which one was AIM?
AOL Instant Messenger. That's the one I used.
Oh, I never had one, but yes, I do remember those days.
And then if you wanted to get someone's attention, you would just log on, log off, log on, log off, because they're friends. If they're friends with you, it would play a sound of a door opening, closing, opening, closing, opening, closing.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I keep my phone on sound off, right? Just for that.
Remember Tom from MySpace?
Oh yeah,
that dude. He sold.
Whatever happened to him? He just sold the money and is just chilling, right? He's not like.
He sold MySpace for $500 million, $500 million,
wow.
and then he just straight up dipped. And you can follow him online on stuff, and literally all he does is travel around the world. He basically said, "I'm done. I got my money. That's it. It's over."
That's what I would do if I was in his. I would open up a couple nonprofit organizations. I'd probably invest a good chunk of it. You know, and then there's the money work for me, and
now there's Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg. Oh, go ahead.
Everyone makes fun of Tom from MySpace, but let's be honest, he got it right. He got $500 million and said, "You know what? I'm good for life. Later."
And the thing with Mark Zuckerberg is, I think he thinks that he has like the right or like the audacity or that he's talented or smart enough to like be part of like the public discourse, and it's like, nah, dude, you just wanted to creep on chicks.
And everyone,
that's why you created Facebook.
Everyone forgets the fact that he tries to be like this, you know, nice, uppity, you know, for the people. Everyone forgets that he was a douche in college, and literally the only reason he mmade Facebook was to be creepy towards women. It's true, 100% true.
Yeah, and it's just like I don't want you you are not part of my public discourse. So it's just
if there's one conspiracy theory I want to be true, it's that he's a lizard. That's the one. That's the one I want to be true. Like when he had that barbecue sauce in the background of that video he made when they were switching to meta.
Oh, what was that about?
People were like, humans like barbecue sauce. I must have this in the background.
It felt like a Matrix situation. And the idea of Facebook expanding into that meta, I just don't have the energy for it. I honestly just want us to all delete Facebook. Can we all do that? Like,
can you imagine if we did that? If there was just like a mass exodus of it. You know, I also read something great today. It was just a one-off tweet, and someone said, Facebook and Fox News did to our parents what they thought video games would do to us.
Oh, it's so bad, but so true.
So anyways, how do you like my shirt? Can you see that, by the way?
I see the top of it's the Halloween.
It's a pumpkin.
Oh, it's a Halloween shirt.
Yeah, it's a pumpkin.
That's nice.
And
just so you know, it's November 14th. No judgment. But...
Well, I literally wear this year round, and my wife makes fun of me because why not? You know, why not? But you know, now it's actually okay to wear it. I'm not one of those weird Halloween people. I promise you.
Yeah.
But so I had mentioned this last time, and I really wanted to find the worst Christmas covers of all time. But the logistics behind it were kind of rough, and I'm still working on it. I'm still not abandoning the idea.
So what I found, Paul, I don't know if you looked into it. I looked into the legal, and if you are a lawyer listening, if you have legal advice, let us know. We are allowed to play things, but it can't be over 30 seconds. Like, it has to be like a quick snip. It has to be like for educational purposes, for just demonstration purposes. To educate people on how bad the track is. So yeah, it looks like we're good to go. So we should double check. We should maybe triple check just so we don't get, Apple and Spotify don't come for us. But
they'll demonetize us like we make any money anyway.
First of all, that is, I don't care if we get demonetized because it's not like we're making money. We're not even monetized. So come and threaten me with that. That's, that won't make me do anything.
That'll probably, if we get taken down for a Jan Terry song, then do you even know who Jan Terry is?
No.
All right, I'll send you a snippet after that. After this, then I'll.
Well, I think these artists, even if these songs, even if you and I find them bad,
well, it's the record labels that go down. It's not the artists, it's the record labels.
That's true. The record labels. Well, you know what? Get some free promo. Let our 15 listeners listen into this.
But we're marketing it as the worst songs ever made. So maybe they.
I mean, it still gets them clout. I mean, with TikTok these days too, I feel like a lot of songs that blow up aren't necessarily like great songs. It's just like it fits a challenge, it fits a motif. So. Hey, a bad song can still do pretty well, right?
Mm-hmm. So let's get into this. You're gonna love this. So the first one, it's the only movie I have ever seen that got a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Literally 0%.
There's actually I think 20 or 25. There's like a list.
Oh, really? Well, this is one of them. It literally has never received a positive review in any form or manner. And it was really...
Wow, that's like my life, right?
It was really... First of all, I'll tell you the name first because you'll see it. It was released in 2013. It's called The Nutcracker in 3D. Remember back in the early 10s?
Oh, I remember when this dropped. I do remember
the early 10s when everything was 3D. Look, there's not even a picture for it. It's just
they're trying to destroy any evidence that actually existed. They're like, ooh.
The critics' consensus: misguided, misconceived, and misbegotten on every level. And so might be one of the weirdest critiques I've ever seen of a movie. A lot of the critics said that the rat in the movie had a weird and uncomfortable resemblance to 1940s Nazis. Like what
wow, that is not a great review. That's a very I don't think anyone wants their characters even in, well, I guess if it's intentional, but yeah, it's a children's movie, so you'd hope that it's a lot of Nazi elements to it.
So they said it had literally no semblance or resemblance to the Nutcracker ballet in any form or manner.
Isn't it just used the story? It didn't use the ballet.
Right,
it just was
and
Sugar Plum King and the Rat King, and
the budget was $90 million. $90 million.
$90 million, dude! If someone gave me $90 million to make a movie, I'd give them the best movie. I'm telling you.
It made $20 million. It lost $70 million. $70 million. Can you imagine?
What a bad day to be rich.
This one, I've actually heard the next one. By the way, that was the worst one. So we're kind of going in a little bit of an ascending order because I really wanted to kick off with that absolute whatever that was. But this one, and you may have seen this in 2004, Christmas with the Cranks is the number 2.
Okay.
Do you remember that one?
I thought people liked the Cranks. Is that just me? Do people not like the Cranks?
I've seen that a lot. And it's always on TV, so I legitimately thought that, while it wasn't, cinematic masterpiece, whatever, normal dumb Christmas movie, but it got 5% on Rotten Tomatoes. 5%.
Wow, that's bad.
And
what was the reviews? Why so bad?
Each of these have a review, and the critics' consensus is a mirthless movie. I don't know what mirthless means, but a mirthless movie as fresh as last year's fruitcake. Christmas with the Cranks is a coarse, garnished, combed that promotes conformity.
Oh, well, I don't like the promotion of conformity, so I guess 5% for you, Cranks.
Next is Deck the Halls from 2006.
Okay.
6%. Oh man, some of these I can't even read some of these reviews. They're just saying it's just a piece of shit, basically.
They're just using fancy jargon to say it's bad. Yes, it's the cinematography lacks originality in the form of exploitative, mature nature, or some, I don't know.
Surviving Christmas. Do you remember that one?
No.
From 2004. That had Ben Affleck in it. Really?
Well, I feel like Ben Affleck's a very
James
hit and miss
Gandolfini
kinda.
too.
Oh wow.
The critics' consensus: Surviving Christmas is unpleasant characters attacking each other for 90 minutes before delivering a typical hollow anti-consumerist message.
I mean, I love like banter between characters, but like the characters kind of have to have some kind of like likability. You know, I think that's a huge problem is when you don't have any likability in any of your characters. There's no one to root for. There's no one to care for, and you're just like, screw these people, right? That's kind of how I would feel. So I get that.
I didn't know this is technically counted. An American Carol. That was a Michael Malone film.
Okay.
The documentary guy. And American Carol suffers not so much from its perceived political bias, but from the fact that it is simply not funny.
It's just simply not funny.
American.
That's what people say about this podcast. Simply not funny.
Wow, some of the Jingle All the Way is the next one. The one with
That
Schwarzenegger.
sounds familiar. I feel like
that's
I
the one
should
with
know
Schwarzenegger. Remember that? 1996.
Oh, maybe. Ooh.
Oh, that was I'm thinking of Kindergarten Cop. Did you ever see that one?
No. Is that like Paul? Is that the Paul Blart thing, or am I thinking of just the
Paul Blart
Mall Cop or something?
That's way different. Kindergarten Cop was like 90s. Paul Blart was like early 2000s, mid 2000s.
Interesting.
Those aren't even related. Oh God, I remember seeing that in theaters, and then they made like 4 of them.
Yeah.
Next up, the Santa Claus 3 with Tim Allen. Remember all those Santa Claus? I didn't like those at all, honestly.
I gotta tell you, I'm not a huge movie person.
I'm not a Tim Allen fan, to be honest.
I feel like I know of the series, but I can't even honestly no clue if I've seen it or like what the deal is. So
You probably have. Those are always, if you've ever watched any amount of TV around now, then you will. Oh, here we go into some of the Hallmark movies. The Perfect Holiday, 2007.
See, I don't like that title because like perfection is like almost inachievable per se. So just like I don't know.
I gotta be honest.
Can't have perfect holiday.
Everyone talks about having like the perfect Christmas and the perfect holiday and everything. It's just so stressful, man. The holidays and everything. It really is.
Yeah, my family, we gave up this year. We're gonna go get some takeout.
Oh, you did? Now, do you have to go to like
We're
7
over it.
Christmases or like going to this person, this person, this person?
No, just my immediate family for the most part. I don't even know what we're doing for Christmas. We'll probably, last 3 years, we've been calling it in too. It's just like, it's a lot of work. And like, no offense, like stuffing is fine, but like, I'm not gonna like pour 6 hours of my day to make some stuffing.
No offense. Why how am I going to be offended by that?
Someone listening like, how dare you!
Oh my
God. I spilled my
God.
seltzer.
Relax.
How dare you! How dare you bring it? No, I was impersonating someone caring about stuffing.
Almost brought your whole house down.
Well, yeah, because, the drama. But, I don't know. I feel like my undiagnosed ADHD does this thing where, like, is it worth the time? Is it worth the energy? And, like, I don't know, like, cooking?
Let's be honest.
In general? Like,
Let's also be honest.
no.
Thanksgiving is the much more superior holiday. Much.
To Christmas?
Yes.
Okay, this is going to make me sound, like, terrible, and I would like everyone to refrain from judgment until they hear me out. I personally just, like, holidays are holidays for me. Like, I just don't, like, care.
But Thanksgiving is awesome because first of all, it's the best food of any holiday. And all you do is you just chill out. There's no obligation. First of all, I am terrible with gifts, so there's no obligation of gifts. And so I don't have to worry about that. You just kind of chill out and relax. And so, and it's just much more laid back. And we don't have the snow yet or anything like that. You just get blitzed and eat some turkey.
Yeah, this is going to make me sound cruel. I don't know. Holidays are just like another day
What a
for me.
Scrooge,
Like,
man.
Listen, if you love Christmas, you love Thanksgiving, you love Halloween, you love Easter, do you, boo?
Does it bring you any joy?
I get my joy from like creativity and from working out and from friends and family and from creative expression and just general happiness. I do not get joy from like a societal declaration of a holiday.
That's some woke stuff right there.
Silence,
I don't know what else to say.
The silence in here.
That's some woke stuff right there.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm not anti-Christmas. And during Christmas, I will see my family. We'll do Christmas things. But it's not like the Christmas things that bring me joy.
I get that.
You know,
I get that.
I don't care. I don't like my house. I might put up this small tree I have, but maybe I get busy and I don't. Okay. And like for those who are like putting up the tree is important to me. It makes me happy. It's a tradition that I love and I enjoy. Great. Good for you. I love that for you. You know, I came over to your house one year and I helped you put up the tree and that was great.
Oh, that's when you did your rendition of Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. I'll never forget that as long as I live.
And that's the thing. It wasn't about the tree. It was about you and Katie, you know, and those things are more important to me. So, yeah, I guess that's kind of where I'm at. That I stand by that. I'm going to submit that as my final answer. So it's not the holiday.
It's just the things that come with it.
Like, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like imagine like being all about Christmas, but then not having like the people to share it with. You know, it's not about this. Oh my God, I sound like a Hallmark movie. It's
you really do.
What Christmas. You're doing? Yeah, a very jaded.
This really is. You're literally writing. You know how we always wonder about how they write the plots for, you know, Hallmark. You just did it. You just did it.
I'm telling you, give me a weekend, give me 72 hours, and I can write you a full length movie for Hallmark. You know what I would Christmas.
Absolutely
I'm telling you I can do that.
Well, first of all, I can already set the scene. Someone's going to be walking by, see you working really hard, and like they're going to glance by into your house because you're going to have your shades just drawn just a little bit. And they're going to look into your house. They're going to see you all like upset over your computers. You're trying to write something and your little mini Christmas tree in the back. We're like, this man does not have enough Christmas spirit in his life. And they're going to knock on your door and it's just going to snowball, no pun intended, from there. But one thing I would love is if you took an AI bot and had it watch like a whole bunch of Hallmark movies and then write its own.
Oh, that would be so fun to do. I'm sure it would come up with some really good stuff.
Do you remember the one when they did that with Trump speeches, Trump rallies?
I feel vaguely familiar. That does feel vaguely familiar.
At one point, it just started talking about how the crowd was chanting milk. That was, I remember. Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one.
That is funny.
But,
that is funny.
So, going off this, I usually don't binge stuff, almost ever. But I have been lately, and I don't know if you've ever heard the show. It's 7 seasons long, and I've never heard of it until today. Fear Thy Neighbor. Have you ever watched that?
No. Tell me that.
It's a true crime show on ID Discovery, and literally all it is like. And I'm gonna admit something to you. I absolutely love petty drama. Like I'm not talking about celebrity drama. I'm talking about low level. Office workers, someone ate someone's lunch in the cooler drama. That's what I like. And this show is just about neighbors who had like ridiculously petty drama that always ends into someone being murdered somehow. And so literally the first episode I saw was a guy who shot his neighbors because he didn't rake his leaves well enough. I'm like, this is,
oh my God,
this is absurd. Absolutely absurd.
I'm kind of worried now because like my lawn looks like crap. So I'm sure one of my neighbors.
How close are you to your neighbors?
Kill me. I do not know them. I do not know their names. I do not know what they do. I do not know their schedules. I do not know.
You don't know anything about your neighbors? Have you ever talked to them? Really? Why not?
I'm busy, Paul. I work like 60 to 80 hours a week. I don't know. I just think it's a very
wave
millennial.
Takes 5 seconds.
It's
Matt.
a very new. I mean, okay, I'm not gonna like not wave. If they wave, I'll wave, but I'm not gonna go wave.
They probably think you do all this like nefarious activity in your house. No joke.
They probably do think that like I'm like running some kind of cartel because I'm rarely home, and when I am home, I'm like working intensely, and like the house like kind of has like a slight shooting gallery look to it.
Shooting gallery.
Well, my lawn is terrible. I'll admit that.
What's your lawn look like? What's so terrible about it?
The weeds are so big they look like actual plants.
Oh, I would hate living next to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd end up
right
on
now.
the show.
I have the grill, and then my AC unit is covered in a tarp next to the grill in my front yard right now.
Well, it's winter time. Mine's covered with a tarp too, so that's okay. But the weed thing, man, you gotta. You got to embrace that lawn, man. Now that you have a lawn, you got to embrace it.
Well, here's the thing. Now I'm at the point where I'm like, it's winter. That's just gonna die. So like, what's the point?
How often
now?
do you mow your lawn?
It's more of a when it's really dire. But I've probably gone. There's some parts of my lawn that I've not cut in like 3-4 months now.
Are you serious?
Paul,
your yard is like a postage stamp.
Well, it's a little bit bigger than that. It's more of like a postage envelope. Thank you very much. Well, I mean, like, here's the thing. So, like, last week, I literally worked, every single day between, 8 to 12 hours all those days. So today, I sleep in, I work out, and then I ran to Costco, and I came back, and then I did 2 hours worth of chores, and the house is still a mess. Like, I could literally put in 8 hours of chores and this house would still be a mess.
Welcome to home ownership.
And then I'm just like so exhausted right now. Like, I'm doing this podcast with you and I have another recording session. I just do not have the energy.
Matt,
I just don't have the energy.
If it makes it possible, next time we say, hey, let's record tonight, I'm like, Matt, let's mow your lawn. I'm gonna come over and mow your lawn.
Well, here's another thing too. I have an electric mower, and it only cuts about 1/3 to 1/4 of the lawn at a time. And I have to go charge the battery. So like, it's not even one of those things where like, it's like I don't know, brand. It's like I don't know, Rover,
Ryobi.
Ryobi. There we go.
Rover.
I knew there was an R. I remember the R.
God, you kill me, man.
And listen, like, I like the electric one because like I don't have to deal with gas and yada yada, and it's just better for the environment, yada yada. But oh my God, it's so hard when like, okay, I have the time, I'm in the zone, and then I cut like 1/4 of the yard, and then whoop, 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 and then I gotta go charge it, and I have to let it sit there. And then if it's hot, which it usually is hot after I use it, the battery, it won't charge because it's hot. So I have to wait for it to cool and then charge. And then by the time that's done, it's 2 weeks later and I have more, you know what I mean? So it's just like my house, like the yard gets done in fragments. It looks like a mohawk half the time because like there's hair here, no hair here, no hair
for
there.
Christmas, I know what I'm going to get you. Just a lawn service for 1 year.
I mean, not even that. A second battery would be nice because then I could really get more work done.
You're just going to look outside one day and just me angrily mowing your lawn for you in a tank top.
Yeah. I was in jeans and jean shorts. Yeah.
No, we'd end up on this show.
This is really derailed. This whole conversation.
If I was on that, if I lived next to you, we'd be on that show. We'd be fighting.
I don't know. But then here's the thing. It's same with the holidays. The grass, like, who cares? Like, it's just grass. Like, if it's a little tall, like, it's not
now that I'm a
grass.
dad, that was a cardinal sin. What you just said. It's not just grass. It's the lawn.
Okay, it's the lawn. Like, I don't know. I just don't think. Like, to me, there's no, like, okay, some normative behavior in society, I'm totally down to clown. But, like, something like, you have to mow your lawn. I'm just like, who cares? It's just
well,
grass.
the problem is you get rats and crap if it gets really long, and you get
okay.
critters.
I don't have any rats in my.
I'm
yard.
just saying.
I had rats,
I've seen yards.
If I had rats, I think I would be a little
ticks. Nobody wants ticks.
Can't you get ticks anywhere? Like, you go to the park and you get a tick. You play baseball.
Yeah, but
you get a tick.
Not on a freshly manicured lawn. You're not going to get ticks.
I don't know. That feels very similar to like. Okay, I'm gonna use this metaphor. It's gonna be extreme, but like, using condoms protects you from STIs. And truth be told, condoms are only 90% effective. So you do have a chance because if you misuse it, which is most of the time where those
Matt, what are you talking about?
From. I'm saying just because you cut the grass doesn't mean you're not gonna get ticks.
Yes, it does.
You could literally You could literally roll by accident into your neighbor's lawn and get a tick. You could literally be at the park and a tick will fall on you. Your dog could be walking.
They don't live in shorter grass.
I don't know, Paul. It just feels very. I mean, what are you gonna do? Let the ticks run your life? I don't know.
I'm not a judgmental person at all, but I do have exceptions, just like every God-created creature is, and this is the exception. So I'm judging.
I like how you're like every God-created creature, and then you're judging ticks for living their life in the grass. I just
are assholes.
feel I don't
care about ticks.
Oh no, I agree. I would agree with that. But
all right, I think we've had enough.
I don't even know. This conversation derailed quicker than Thomas the Tank on a faulty railway. So, what a day. But like always, it's a pleasure seeing you. And we got to record more often. It was like a month off, man. We're bad. We're bad boys.
Yeah, it is what it is. When life gets to us, we get to it.
Yeah. I made a new, for Starvolt Studios, I made like a new like kind of image, and it's like about all the podcasts and how no sleepovers on Sundays, Judgment Days, Tuesdays and Thursdays, non-denominational sitcom podcast, season 3 is coming soon. And I got to thoughts of the Roundtable, and I wrote, bi-weekly. I was like, it's not really weekly. It's more than monthly, but it's like, it's kind of bi-weekly.
One of my favorite podcasts ever, two, both from Gimlet, Reply All, they had their issues, But,
I
but
know.
Before they would only post like once every couple weeks. Like it wasn't that often.
Yeah.
And then the other one, which is never had any issues, but I love Heavyweight. That's my favorite podcast ever. Yeah. He posts 10 podcasts in like the fall, and then a whole year later goes does 10 in the fall, and that's it.
Yeah, I think when we first started out, I was always worried about like consistency, but I kind of like this is like a diary. It's like it's very like, dear diary. Today, Matt told me about the ticks in the yawn, or whatever. So, and
I think a lot of it is like consistency is definitely a thing, but also it is what it is. Life hits you. Sometimes when we get to it, whatever.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, well, I'll see you soon.
Sounds good.
Maybe a little pre-Thanksgiving episode if we can knock one out next week. How about that?
No problem. I'll see you then.
I love that. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Peace out.
Gobble.
Talk to you later.